All 5 regiments of the Foot Guards now making that turn, and they will have to funnel themselves through those 3 arches, so quite a feat, Rambler, of organisation.
It certainly is, and it's going to get even more challenging when they come to the gates of the forecourt of Buckingham Palace. We see there behind the Foot Guards, we have a number of different organisations, the Yeoman Warders, the Royal Watermen, as you mentioned before, the King's Bodyguard with the Yeomen of the Guard, the Royal Company of Archers, and the Honourable Company of Gentlemen at Arms. All 5 regiments of Foot Guards with their King's colour ahead of them, and their regimental lieutenant colonels and commanding officers on parade. And there you see the dismounted regiments of the Household Cavalry, the Blues and Royals, and the Life Guards.
Commonwealth troops in the overseas territories. And it's wonderful to know the reach that today is having around the world.
447 representatives of the Commonwealth Armed Forces on parade. And of course the King is head of the Commonwealth, and very interested to learn that he has managed to visit 45 of the 56 Commonwealth countries, which is quite a feat.
I think his first visit was at the age of 5. I think he went to Malta, first of all. So only a year after he attended the Queen's coronation, he was on his first official trip to a Commonwealth country. You see that grandstand behind? They've got a lovely view now. I'm back with the Prince and Princess of Wales, and the children all at the same school now, at Rambler School in Windsor, and Princess Charlotte, I know, is massively into her gymnastics. And the 2 princes enjoy their sport as well, and I think their parents are very keen to ensure they have an outdoor lifestyle as much as possible, a normal childhood, as much as is possible.
Well,
and there we find their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, with their children, Lady Louise Mountbatten Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex. Louise is 19 now. She's studying English at St Andrews University, and she'll be particularly appreciative of the driving of the carriages. Carriage driving, a great love of hers. And in the final carriage, the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester and Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence. And the King and Queen Camilla have a chance now to really enjoy the crowds who have gathered and acknowledge them as much as possible. And having got through... the Canadian Mounted Police. Now the Mounties have a wonderful relationship with the Crown. They have over the years gifted many horses to the late Queen, and indeed are giving a horse to the King that he will ride for the King's birthday parade, as it will be, Tricolour, in future years. So the Mounties have a very prime position.
they have, I mean...
And actually, I think all of those horses here have been gifted to the royal family. So they are being ridden here, but they actually now belong to the royal family.
And I was going to say, what an extraordinary thing for them to be able to do is come over from Canada and ride at the head of the royal procession.
The Royal Air Force have reached the Queen Victoria Memorial, and I mentioned this earlier, all of the marching elements to this will make their way into the gardens of Buckingham Palace, and they will form up there to salute the King. Because they're ahead of the Gold State Coach, they haven't had the chance to see him since he's been crowned, but they will in the gardens.
Yes. brass bands of the Household Division.
You were making a point earlier, Gravel, about the importance of music to both the infantry and indeed cavalry, but that beat, the importance of keeping everybody on a beat.
It is, but also the idea that the music is a morale booster. It makes everyone, lifts everybody. So if you're going into battle, to have music in front of you is reassuring. And of course, when the enemy hear that loud beat coming towards them, it also severe into them. So it plays many different parts, quite like the ceremonial side.
That with Prince and Princess of Wales and Princess Charlotte and Prince George and Prince Louis, I think still enjoying their ride.
I was going to say earlier, Claire, I was trying to interrupt you. I think they might compete for best show and tell at school, don't you?
Oh, I think they will. I have to say that if we were awarding, medals, obviously medals to all the pages in the service, but also I think a medal to Penny Morton, Lord President of the Privy Council. That was a heroic effort.
Heroic is the word. I was talking about the ensigns who carry all the colours, the flags out on parade, and they'll be extremely heavy with the rain, but she was holding that ceremonial sword. The Gurkhas.
Much love Gurkhas from Nepal. And you see there the flags of the Commonwealth nations. St Kitts and Nevis, I think that was on the left there. And the Princess of Wales looking absolutely beautiful. Prince of Wales is wearing underneath those robes the uniform of the Welsh Guards. He is now their
He's their colonel. And of course the Princess of Wales is the colonel of the Irish Guards.
Both of them wearing formal robes and mantles.
Here we have the infantry, the iconic red berries and the paras in the middle.
Connected to the king.
Connected to the king, indeed. The king was the first air to throw to get his parachute wings, jumping out of an aeroplane